Good afternoon, traders. It is Tuesday, March 14th, St. Patrick's Day, uh, 2017, and the U.S. stock market is closed. Uh, I think I called the Dow up yesterday for today, and it did not go up. It fell 43 points. Uh, this isn't a big plunge, but they're meeting tomorrow to decide on raising interest rates, and this has the market a little bit nervous. They're anticipating they will raise interest rates a quarter of a point. So my prediction for tomorrow is if they raise it only a quarter of a point, that's already built into this. The Dow will go up. If for some reason they decided not to raise it, the Dow will scream, uh, probably go through 21,000 if that happened. If they raise it a half point, the Dow will plunge. So, anyway, I'm betting on one of the first two scenarios, so I'll call the Dow up for tomorrow. Hey, crazy things happened today. I have been accused my whole life of being lucky. I've been hearing that since I was a kid. And of course, I basically just laugh because I've heard it so many times and I kind of shrug it off. But today I got to admit, yeah, I was lucky. I did not take any trades yesterday, and I stated very clearly in my uh, email to my customers on Saturday that I wasn't going to take any trades today or yesterday because we're transitioning into this new portfolio. But there was a very practical reason for that. I'm trading my own money using TradeStation Pro Suite 2000i, and it requires 2 days of data before I can start taking trades, and I didn't have 2 days of data yesterday, so I was out of the market yesterday, and it just so happens the system just got absolutely killed yesterday. I mean, I saved so much money by not being in the market. You can't believe, and I'll just briefly show you this because I don't want, I feel sorry for the customers that had, using TradeStation or 2000i got into those trades, but that is what happened. Um, this is one of those stocks I was talking about yesterday. This is Arenia Pharmaceuticals, and I was telling you how great this. I mean, look at this great run this thing has had with our system. Big trades here, and I thought this was going to be the fourth big trade yesterday, and look what happened. The darn thing just collapsed this morning. I watched this in the aftermarket. It's really interesting. It went from we were up about $4,000 in this thing. It went to negative 10,000 in the overmarket, and then it came back and it was actually $2,000 positive for a little while, and then it went back down, and that's where it opened today. And I haven't really looked at that, but it just looks to me like about a $10,000 butchering. So, um, yeah, I wasn't in it, and I was very happy I wasn't in it. Uh, I will show you just so you I'm not impervious to bad things happening. I will show you one of the bad trades that I got into today, and this was kind of the spoiler. By the way, we made. I'm holding about $3,000 positive in open trade equity, so it wasn't like I lost money today because I didn't. I made money, but this was the one bad trade we had, and if we hadn't had this, we would have made quite a bit of money. This is DRIP, which is inverse oil and gas exploration, and this thing gapped way up this morning, and it goes up here, and we ended up, buying pretty close to the high, and then it sells off, and that um, we're holding a negative $3,400, $3,400 negative in open trade in DRIP. So that's not too good. But we had some good ones here too, and I'm going to show you those. The first of these is Dust, which is inverse gold mining, and got into this thing maybe about 3 hours before the close, and it just kept going, and that was very nice. We got $2.2 thousand positive in Dust, and then this is also inverse gold mining. This is JGST. We bought this with only about an hour to go, you can see here, but that finished with $2.2 thousand, $2,200 positive in open trade equity in JDST. And last but certainly not least, this is Momo, and this is the only new stock, part of the new portfolio that I took today. Beautiful breakout here. I mean, people criticize me for buying too high, and this thing certainly looks here like I bought it way too high, but it kept going and closed on its high. And Momo, we are holding $2.2 thousand in open trade in Momo. So add it up, even with that big loss in DRIP, we're still got about $3,000 open trade positive going into tomorrow. So at least from me, folks, we are off to a good start with this new portfolio. But I'm sorry if you took that horrible trade in Aurinia Pharmaceuticals. By the way, if you wonder what's Momo, well, I don't even know what this company does for sure. All I know it's Chinese. So so far that's all I know about Momo, but it gave us a good trade today. Anyway, that's the way it went today. This is Trader Bob signing off. I'll see you tomorrow on Wednesday.